Hi, I'm Graham and welcome back to Man vs Film. This is a Blu Ray review for Ciao Manhattan, released by Second Sight Films. It comes out on the 20th of August and it's a movie from 1972 that I had never heard of before. And it's all about this character, Edie Sedgwick, who was pretty big in amongst the Andy Warhol time. She was a model, a character I didn't really know too much about. And this movie is part pseudo-documentary and part fiction narrative, and it matches this to create an odd piece of filmmaking, the kind of thing that I hadn't really seen before. So the movie starts off with the character of Butch, who is travelling from Texas into California when he stumbles across the hitchhiker, Susan, played by Edie, and he takes her home. And she seems to be kind of out of it in drugs. And when she gets there, it's a large mansion, and her mother hires Butch to pretty much just keep her company, to keep an eye on Susan, to make sure that she doesn't go off the rails again. And she has this home that's almost in an empty swimming pool on a waterbed. She has all her things round about her, and she starts to tell stories and comments, and it kind of flips in and out of lucidity as she talks about her time being in New York as a model. And it feels as if it's almost telling her story, but not quite going that full way. It's shot as well with sort of avant-garde black and white photography of her in her heyday when she was sort of toast of the town, and how she lived her lifestyle, and back to the story fiction narrative as we see her now. And the drugs have definitely got a hold of her. She's in deep depression, she's in mental illness, and like I said, the drugs have a good hold on her. And not long after this movie was made, Edie died of an overdose. And you feel as if the movie makers are taking advantage of this woman by really showing the effects that this lifestyle has had on her. But it is a warning as well. This was a famous character, someone who was quite prevalent in the sort of it scene of the time, and it can kind of show you the effects that it has on her. The worst kind of parts about the movie are mostly Butch and Jeffrey and the colour story setting. When it goes to the sort of black and white footage and just seeing Edie as she was living her life as protected and just unrealistic as it was, is so fascinating stuff to see, and I could have done with more of that and seen more of it. But this is a real curious oddity of a movie. Like I said, I'd never heard of it before, and it's hard to really pigeonhole what kind of movie this fits into. It's interesting to see the insight of this life. It's kind of shocking to see the effects that it's had on her, especially in the colour sequences when she's living in the pool at the house. She looks as if she's out of it most of the time. There is lots of nudity in the movie as she just kind of staggers around almost naked most of the time, but it's not sexualised, it's just the way that she is. In the state that she is, that there's no kind of barriers or anything stopping her. She's just bouncing from wall to wall almost. I didn't know anything about this character, and I feel as if I got an insight into her mindset, but I didn't really know too much about her or her life, almost just the sort of mental stages that she was at in the movie. It's interesting, if not compelling, and it's one of those kind of off-puttingly filmed, almost feeling as if it's avant-garde, trying to be something more than it actually is. I wish they'd focused more on Edie, because I feel as if that's where the most fascinating stuff is, and less on the kind of surrounding storyline, which has been kind of put together, ramshackled, without much thought, because they just had to kind of have some narrative to drive the movie forward, or that's what the filmmakers have thought. You get a commentary by the directors John Palmer, David Wiseman and actor Wesley Hayes. You also get the lost reels, which is footage that wasn't included in the movie. It's without sound, so you have the two directors just giving commentary over it about what we are seeing. And again, this is all the sort of black and white footage featuring Edie, and it's so nice to see Edie as she just is in these footages, which made me want more of that into the movie. We get the trailer, and that's it. It's a good package. If you're interested in this character, you'll may be a little bit disappointed, but you'll get some inner insight into her mindset and some of her superstardom that she had. If you just like film and you're looking for something that's a little bit different, a little bit odd, then this movie is definitely for you. I enjoyed Ciao Manhattan. It was one that I didn't think I was really going to get into after the first 10-15 minutes, but it slowly grew on me and kind of shocked and made me curious about the time and what went on at that time. I liked it. I'd love to know your thoughts on the movie. If you have any insights you want to share, let me know in the comment box below, and I will see you next time on Man vs Film.